So Bonnie is a very sensational founder from Lensational, and she's an incredible young woman who was awarded the 30 under 30 from Forbes in 2017. So Bonnie, can you briefly introduce yourself and Lensational?
Hi everyone, I'm Bonnie Chu. I am born and raised in Hong Kong, and I started Lensational when I was 20 years old on International Women's Day 2013. The aim of Lensational is really to empower marginalized women across the world with this powerful tool of photography. Photography as a universal language that transcends cultural and language barriers, enabling women to have their voices heard, to also have a tool which they can earn income, and to really bring these stories to share across the world and to break gender and cultural stereotypes. So since 2013, we're now in 23 countries in Asia and Africa, and selling the images to global corporates like Colgate, like Getty Images, and really providing a global platform for our incredible women to have their talents showcased and to have their potentials fulfilled. So I think the challenges is not only presenting in a second language, but also culturally, we're not used to doing public speaking. We never had those training in school. I was never part of a debating team. I was very shy. So I think it's all these cultural challenges in addition just to the language barrier. But I think coming to terms with yourself what those challenges are, so you understand your starting point and how you compare with other people who might not have those challenges, and working really hard, pushing yourself to be out of your comfort zone. In the beginning and today still, I get quite nervous when I have to go on stage to present, but I managed to learn about some breathing techniques. I get to close my eyes before I go on stage to really calm myself, so that I can just be myself on stage. And so I think while you push yourself out of your comfort zone by ensuring you're getting on to as many opportunities, as many public speaking opportunities as possible, at the same time, when you get to those opportunities, you have to know how you make yourself comfortable, whether that is like me having some breathing techniques or watching other people speak and mimicking them, or you have your own way. So I think it's very individualized, but understanding what the challenges you might face is the most important starting point. First of all, I would suggest for entrepreneurs presenting in the second language in the beginning, when you're doing public speaking, script out what you want to say, and practice that by script, and practice it so that you can be presenting without looking at the script, but then you're kind of saying it in a scripted manner so that you can be really careful what you say, that you don't stutter, you don't pause, you don't add anything extra, and that you are very careful with the time, because in pitches, much more prescriptive than public speaking. You have to get your messages out in a very short time. So I think starting with a script, but practicing that so that you are delivering as if you are naturally just thinking about that. So that would be the biggest tip I give. When I was practicing for my TEDx talk, I think I went through 20 iterations of my script, and I had a pitch coach who was training me to be delivering it, and I deliver it to different people from different cultures, and I get to understand what their reactions are, and then I try to incorporate their feedback. So while practicing is also about practicing in front of different people, so you get different kinds of feedback. And I think people are generally nice, and the positive feedback you get will help you boost your confidence along the way. In entrepreneurship, it is clear that most entrepreneurs that manage to scale businesses are men. And so also the nature of competition, one might say that it is less appealing to women who might favor collaboration. And so I think being a woman myself, and when I started going into various competitions, I started realizing that these fields are all very male dominated. And indeed, there are some gender stereotypes among judges. Perhaps when they perceive a woman saying certain things, they will think about certain things, whereas those associations might not exist when a man said the same thing. There actually have been studies I read in Harvard Business Review about exactly that. So I think being aware, for women, being aware that these challenges do exist and that you have to confront those stereotypes upfront by ensuring, for example, that you include more numbers, more concrete examples in your pitch, so that you don't come off as fuzzy. And I think for men, it's also realizing that women entrepreneurs in the same space or in a conference or in a competition, they might be feeling more uncomfortable, and reaching out to them and being an ally and supporting them, I think is really important as well. So I guess my general encouragement is just that entrepreneurship is still heavily male dominated, but if we get more female entrepreneurs, we make the ideas coming into that are flourishing, they would just be more diverse because they're rooted in different experiences. And I think that both men and women have a role to play in ensuring that entrepreneurship is accessible to more people from whatever backgrounds. So Lensational is really focusing on the issue of the environment this year. I think it came organically for us when we see the images that are taken by our women and girls, and we saw a lot of photos relating to impact of environmental degradation or climate change. And so we want to be responsive, and we also want to make sure that their stories are shared and their voices are heard when a lot of policymakers are deciding on what we do next on the environment. So we are going to launch a photo book this year on women in the environment, and we'll have associated activities to really ensure that the global community is aware of how empowering women also contributes to alleviating the challenges we have in climate. And so that is a focus area we'll have this year. And I think we also, given this new topic, also look forward to any entrepreneurs who are working in environmental issues to collaborate with us so that we can use our platform to be showcasing your stories as well. And so we're doing much more on Instagram because it's such a powerful social media channel to be sharing stories. So I would say if you're interested in the work of Lensational, if you just want some daily inspiration on fantastic women doing different things in their lives, do follow us on Instagram at Lensational, and you can also find us on all social media channels. And I also have my own website that I write on Forbes on issues around gender and diversity. So you can also check out my blog there. So I think young people are not told enough how powerful we are in having so many tools and resources at our disposal to create change. Especially in Asia, young people are often told to wait a few years, get some experience, and then maybe when we turn 30, 40, then we can start creating a difference. And so I think young people across the world, and especially in Asia, are simply not told that we can do it today. So I think, and this is something I reflected on, when I started Lensational, I wasn't really thinking about doing it full-time or doing it seriously, because I thought I would have to get a job like everyone else. And I think that is a really important message. You know, young people are very powerful, and especially this community that Youth Collab, I think, are creating is a very powerful one to get young people to support each other. So don't underestimate your power, and don't let other people's words get in your way.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, so I'm so happy that we have had you with us for this module, and I'm so happy and excited for all the young people watching this. Thank you.